They say that buying a house is one of the biggest moments in a person's life. It can be stressful, but for the most part, it's exciting. You have finally gotten the keys to your own place, and there are endless possibilities of what you can do with it. But imagine if there were someone else watching you in your new home, someone who knows everything about you. In 2014, the Broaddus family thought that they had hit the jackpot when they purchased a $2.3 million mansion in New Jersey. But little did they know, they were making an even bigger mistake. This is the story of the Watcher case. Maria and her husband lived in Brooklyn with their 3 young kids. They wanted to start a family and buy a house, so they started looking around the area for their dream home. That's when they saw it, 657 Boulevard in Westfield, New Jersey. From the outside, it looked like any other beautiful mansion, but inside, it was amazing. There was a library, a gym, a movie theater, and 6 bedrooms. It was perfect. They could finally start their family here. As soon as the offer was accepted, the family got ready to move in. But before they could close the deal, they needed a home inspection. During the inspection, a real estate agent named Liz showed up. She had worked with previous owners and saw that the home was being sold. She was surprised, though, when she heard that the new owners were a young family. This house was known to scare people away. No one wanted to live there, which made the price drop from $4.9 million to $1.35. Still, the family didn't seem to mind. A few days later, Maria and her husband officially became the new owners of 657 Boulevard. They had beaten out 14 other potential buyers, and now they could finally move in with their kids. But when they went to the house to check the mail, they found something very concerning. A handwritten letter sat in the mailbox. At first, they thought that it was another real estate agent trying to get a foot in the door. But when they opened the letter, their worst fears were confirmed. It read, "Dearest new neighbor at 657 Boulevard, allow me to welcome you to the neighborhood. How kind of you to finally leave your Brooklyn brownstone and come to a normal place where we actually have a backyard. It took you long enough. I've been watching you guys for months. You should drop off some baked goods or something. My wife has been dying to meet you. If you have kids, let them play in the yard. I'm sure they'd love that. We're going out of town for the week. Just in case you're curious about our lives, I am a stockbroker. My wife works for a publishing company in Manhattan. She's hoping you will not find her boring. Let's get together soon. Maybe we can go over to my place and have dinner. I'll ask my wife to bake a pie. Oh, and please tell your children to stay out of our yard. Don't want them getting hurt. Signed, the Watcher. The family immediately called the cops after reading the letter. They couldn't believe this was happening. To them, this was beyond creepy. They had no idea who would send them such a disturbing note. So the police launched an investigation and tried to find out who sent the letter. However, no one came forward. They also checked security footage to see if they could catch the culprit, but it didn't help them at all. Whoever sent the letter must have done it before the cameras were installed. With no answers, the case was eventually closed and the family moved in. But things only got weirder from there. While clearing out the attic, they found an old photo album filled with pictures of the previous owner. Some of the photos were recent, taken within the last few years. Then right next to it, they found a box with old Christmas cards addressed to the family. One of them was from 2018. All of these people knew the layout of the house and had apparently been living there recently. So why would they suddenly leave? What had happened to them? Was this house cursed? When Maria went to show her friend the letter, she told her to be careful because this was a serious situation. If the person who wrote the letter hadn't been caught, then they were clearly hiding somewhere nearby and waiting for their chance to strike. As soon as she could, Maria got rid of the cameras and hired private investigators to watch the house. But nothing happened. For months, the house remained quiet, and they never received another letter from the watcher. However, that changed in June of 2015. After a year of peace, the family received another letter. It said, My, are you still here? How quaint. It looks like you all settled in quite nicely. Let's not be shy. I've been keeping to myself lately, but I wanted to say hello. Forgive me. I don't mean to intrude, but this is our home, and you're merely renting it. I'll keep an eye on you. You'll see. I'll always know what you're doing. Know what I mean? I know things happen so fast in the city. Sometimes I forget that folks aren't aware of the rules in suburbia. This is my home too. Okay, anyway, welcome to the neighborhood. Your watcher, the couple, was furious when they read the letter. They didn't know what to do anymore. They weren't sure if the watcher was a stalker or a threat. Was this person just messing with them, or were they truly dangerous? Unfortunately, the Westfield Police Department didn't think it was a big enough priority to investigate. According to Detective Joseph China, we've talked to many people. There's nothing that stands out as far as a suspect goes. Right now, it's really nothing more than a nuisance. He explained that if the family wanted him to take it more seriously, then they would need more evidence. But as far as he was concerned, this wasn't worth his time. Fed up with the police's reaction, the family decided to go public with the story and contacted the New York Times. When the article came out, the whole country was talking about the Watcher case. Everyone had their own theory about who it could be. Had the family done something to upset the neighbors? Maybe the previous owner had enemies. Or maybe the entire thing was just a hoax. To everyone's surprise, the publicity actually helped the family. Tips poured in from all over the country, and the FBI offered to help the police find the watcher. Meanwhile, 2 letters arrived in the mail. One of them said, "You can call me a stalker, a peeping Tom, a fanatic, a nut job, a maniac, but you can't stop me. I will be watching you. You may have to put up with me for the rest of your lives. Enjoy the rest of your life in your new home." Love, the watcher, the second one simply said, "I am your watcher." Although the family now had proof that someone was stalking them, the police still refused to take action. Since the case had become a media sensation, pressure mounted on them to solve the mystery. But according to Detective China, this only made things more difficult because there were so many false leads. In the end, the family decided to sell the house for $800,000 less than they paid. They didn't want to deal with the watcher anymore. They were already suspicious of their neighbors. And even if the police caught the culprit, the damage was already done. Today, the home has changed hands several times. But nobody dares talk about the watcher case. People in the area still wonder who could have sent those letters and what their intentions were. Did the writer just want to scare the family away, or did they plan to harm them? If you ask me, it doesn't matter who the watcher was or why they did what they did. No one should ever feel unsafe in their own home. Thank you for watching. Would you dare move into a house like this? Let me know in the comments below. And if you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.